to this third series of the night. The winners match. The winner of this advances to the SC2 Improve Summer League round of 16. There we go. Got there in the end. The winner of this advances to the SC2 Improve Summer League round of 8. Joining Patience, Complain, Tefl, Adonymous, Wacker, and DMC. First place is obviously going to be a bit better because you could avoid Patience in the first round of the round of 8, and that would be better. And
game paused.
Really? We're really gonna have a pause? After waiting this long, are we really gonna have a pause? Okay, it's just a bug, right? Okay, it's good, guys. We're set to go. Okay, in the upper left-hand corner, we have in the blue. He's the Terran player. It's Cascade Cass. His opponent is down in the lower right-hand corner. The red Zerg from Team Acer. It's Nerchio. So, we'll see here how this series is going to open up. We saw Cass play some games against Revolver already today. Play some TVZ. We'll have only seen TVZ from Nerchio, so quite intrigued to see how this is going to go. Shout out to the Lurkers from Bazooka Good Cat saying he's too shy. And apparently I'm too scary from Normatar. Well, that's a little bit of a shame, isn't it? Well, at least we've got some guys actually talking in the chat. That's always a success, if you ask me. So, guys, we are getting into this game right now. So we're going to see where this is going to take us. And, yeah, we've been having some pretty good games so far. We've been having some pretty good games so far today. If I do say so myself, I think the Cass Revolver series was really good. But the Nerchio Pupu series was good as well. But I think Cass Revolver series was just a little bit better. So, after this we will be going into the losers match, which will be Pupu versus Revolver, another ZVZ. I really kind of want Nerchio to win this match. Because if Nerchio wins now, then we have another TVZ later instead of ZVZ. So I'm going to be slightly biased and go against my usual Terran fanboyism and be like, and support Nerchio here, I think. Command center first from Cass. Coming down on the low ground, following it up with a barracks and a gas. So just going to be going into a very standard command center first build. Nerchio's actually already got gas down. Hatchery first into pool, into gas. So he's going to start mine. He's going to have pretty fast Zergling speed, but with generating command center first, you can wall off this front. I mean, it's quite a right natural ramp. He's of course Cass going to go straight into Hellions, however, so he should have a decent number of Hellions out before any kind of attack comes towards him, as he does just start Marine actually. Okay, well, okay, I guess he's going to get a couple of Marines, and then he's going to get reaction factories, of course. So, God, it's been so long since I've actually seen someone do go command center first in TVZ. Like, I can't remember the last time I casted it, like, at all. It was ages ago. So, hello to all of you out there in the chat. Nice to see a few more of you joining in right now. As the first couple of links coming across here for Nerchio, he has kept on mining with a single worker in this gas, so maybe something interesting coming out of him in the near future. His Zergling speed about a quarter of the way done already, as that factory is on the way up here for Cass, and the first two Zerglings do get in here. They're going to go after a mule. They shouldn't be able to get it, but will waste a little bit of mining time on that. They will get the SCV, I think. Oh, it's going to be close. No, they just get away. One of them gets actually out of the base alive, so nice little move for little Zergling here, and Zergling speed now about halfway done, as the factory is going to finish up, and looks as though Cass actually goes reactor for a little while here, so it's a little bit of annoyance, I think, a little bit of a mistake by him, as he's going to start up his third hatchery as well. Go Cass coming from Good Cat, Go Cass from Revotus, and Swashbuckler reckon Cass will mass Hellion. So, hatchery is on the way down here, as we have an Overlord coming up the right hand side of the map. We have an Overlord heading out to the left hand side of the map as well at the same time. A couple of mules dropping down here in the natural mineral line. And Cass just going to set up into a starport here to continue on this game. Now, we've seen him use a lot of Banshee play against Revolver earlier today, so we'll see what exactly... I mean, it's almost definitely going to be the same kind of build, right? The Banshee play with the Hellions and then go into... I guess he went mech on this map last time, so maybe he's got the same plan here against Nerchio. Maybe he's got the same plan here. So... we'll find out very shortly here as the first few Hellions are beginning to get across the map here. Cloak starts up for that Banshee as well. Back on Nerchio's side of things, I mean, his third hatchery is just about to finish. We're getting a couple of Evo chambers down. So we're going to see him just play a very standard style, get these upgrades rolling nice and early on. And, you know, the earlier he gets, you know, it's actually a really great thing because the faster you get upgrades going against a Hellion Banshee build, the more ahead you're actually going to be with upgrades. And that really limits the kind of timing windows of the Terran player. So usually when Terran gets free, the Zerg is usually stuck on 2-2 for a long time. But in this scenario, if it gets to that sort of stage, we're not going to see that really affect Nerchio because he's going to have, you know, he's going to have plenty. And these Hellions have made a mistake here running into this, trying to run into the main. This happened actually the exact same way when he played against Revolver. He lost his Hellions trying to make this kind of move. Now this time he only loses 2 of 5, so not quite as severe. These Hellions will escape over to the side. So yeah, Nerchio with these early upgrades will be able to take a little bit of a lead in that upgrade game. And that will be quite useful, although Engineering Bay is already on the way. So I mean, it's only going to give him 45, 50 seconds or so advantage. As this Overlord is trying to scout, and he does get the scout of the Cloak Banshee play. So we already have smoke cores on the way in. The first Banshee will greet the mineral line with a drone kill. And he's going to go after another drone here on the gas, and he will get it. And moves away to try and take as little damage as possible here on this Banshee. The creep spread looking good for Nerchio so far, spreading in all the different directions actually. This direction, one of the most important is to connect the 4th base, but up front as well is so important too. And this side is actually something, a direction of, you know, creep spread we don't usually see as this Banshee starts to pick away at a queen. But it's so useful because if Cass comes down in this direction, it's going to be really nice to see, you know, him coming basically as soon as you can, so you can get in position and react to it. So this Banshee is going to keep heading up now, this right hand side of the map. It's just going to fall back for now. Second Banshee is out. Whereabouts is it? Just sitting in the middle of the map. Cass always seems to just rally his Banshees here. Kind of interesting. I wonder if it's because it's kind of the natural rally point for the Zerg, so he's just watching in case anything is coming across the map towards him. His 5th command center going to land here. And he is actually opting to play Bio, whereas earlier today he did decide to play Mech on this map. I mean, you know, either works, it depends whatever he feels is going to be best here. A few more kills coming onto the Banshees. This is going to be the 5th kill for this Banshee, combined with 3 kills previously, or 4 kills previously. That's going to bring us up to 9 work kills in total. 61 drones to 57 SCVs. And both players looking pretty strong, or pretty set for the macro game right now. A bunch of Airlings starting to come across the map now. There are a couple of Hellions here which can help out with these Zerglings as an Overlord gets shot there. These Zerglings start to come in, and they will sort of pick off these Marines. It's a pretty decent surround for them. So they're going to get turned away now. A Hellion gets a shot off on them, but nothing too significant as an Overlord spots this 3rd base already in position. So Nerchio going to probably lose this Overlord. He was bringing it in to start creeping up, but again, just a little bit too late for that, as Ling's now thinking about it. We're thinking about going into... well, he's actually still going to try and go into the natural. And he will get into the natural. He's actually going to get surrounded on these first couple of Lings. He's going to go in towards the mineral line on the natural here and see if he can pick off a few more SCVs. At the same time, he's going to try run in with these Zerglings, but isn't successful. And Cass cleans this up. 3 workers killed by Nerchio. Not too great of an attack, but keeps Cass on the back foot. Or keeps Cass, you know, just thinking about the threats of the Zerg player here. As we do see 1-1 finishing up for our Terran. So plus the armory now coming down. So armory coming down here for Cass is going to be able to go straight into his +2/+2. Combat shields on the way for him as well. Zerg +2/+2 again, still about like 30-45 seconds ahead. Centrifugal hooks coming in, and we do have this first flock of Mutalisks hitting the map as well. So is Cass prepared for this? Well, he's got his first turret on the way. It's going to be very close, and it just goes up, but it's not going to be repaired, so turret will go down. 4 Marines stim in here. And, I mean, Nerchio's like, well, 4 Marines, that's not enough, buddy. And does take the trade, and nice little trade as well, because he doesn't lose a single Mutalisk, and that means he's basically just gotten some free damage there. So, so yeah, quite nice as these Mutalisks are now going to retreat back home. And, they're not too sure about where exactly they want to be. They're going to, okay, they're going to go up the left-hand side of the map again, maybe? That sounds good to me. Okay, they're going to just try and hit the natural again, but Marine's already in position as Cass is basically just building up his army still. 2-2's on the way for him, Mine's on the way, 4th base already coming down. So I mean, he's just preparing for the later stages of this game. Walled off, very safe 3rd base actually, as the Mutalisks deflected away from it before they even get there. And this overlord probably wants to fall back home as well, doesn't want to be hanging out over here. Now these 2 Banshees from earlier in the game, he didn't lose them, and of course that means he can keep harassing with them a little bit, and I think he's going to try and get the 4th base here, but there is no 4th base in this position because Nerchio is taking it in the forward location, which is kind of interesting when you know, generally that's a great position to take if you're going to play Swarm Hosts, but I feel Mutaling Bane it's generally better to take this kind of side of the map because, you know, you're a little bit more wide, but, you know, your mutas can get between the bases quite quickly, whereas here, you're really allowing the Terran to push into you very, very quickly, as the 2 Banshees do get disposed of very quickly now. Scan comes down, and I think he's scanning the... I'm not sure where he's scanning. Maybe the natural? Scans the natural, tries to see what's up there, sees if there's a hive on the way, and sees that there isn't. A couple of turrets here, well, one's going to go down. I think a couple of mutas have gone down already now. I'm just going to pick up a few SCVs as well. 4-shot goes off though, and that's going to deflect their Mutalisks right now. They cannot stick around any longer because they would just be dead meat to that 4. So now I'm going to back off here as some Marines start stimming ahead, and Cass is looking for an opportunity to maybe get it across the map and start pushing, doing some damage. Some Marines are going to find this army, and the Banelings as well. Nerchio, he's just going to roll them in. He doesn't think he can retreat with them, and that's a big loss for him actually. Doing some good damage with the Mutalisks, but not really quite enough. And that's a little bit of a shame by Nerchio. It's a big mistake. He's going to come in though. I know Cass isn't prepared for this at all. And the flank from Nerchio is huge. It's an amazing engagement from him. And now more Banelings finished moving. He's going to come straight in for round number 2. And Cass doesn't have a hope in dealing with this. However, he has killed off a lot of the Mutalisks. If he wasn't caught so off guard by that first attack, he probably would have pushed through and won the game there. Especially after killing so many Lings and Banelings so efficiently in this position. So that was really unfortunate there for Cass, really just not quite making it. And we have 4 Banelings morphing in here, looking for the opportunity to maybe just move forward and deny this 4th base, which is about to land for Cass in the forward position as well. I mean, once this lands here, I mean, we're literally talking a zoomed out screen array from the Terran 4th and the Zerg 4th, and that would definitely, you know, generally favour the Terran player. 2-2 for both players right now. And Cass starts up his +3 weapons on infantry weapons, so if he can get up to that 3-3, he's going to be able to play trade pretty well as well, remember. As Nerchio, there's only about 15-ish supply ahead here, so not that, so it's not, you know, crazy far ahead after that last fight. Cass is well split, and into a well split army, I don't think Nerchio can really go into it. He's looking as though he might try and come around into this 3rd base with a run by, or maybe just going to try and come in from multiple different angles. He's got a bunch of Banelings and he's sending them all over the place. So Nerchio, what's he going to try to do this with? Well, he's actually going to try and take down the rocks to get into the natural here of Cass. So Cass, I don't think he... Okay, he's responding to this. He's sending some units across. He's going to start simming them forward here and turn these away. And the rocks do go down. But of course that's just going to open a position to attack into later for Nerchio. And Nerchio looking as though he might think about trying to come in right now. He's actually already sending some Banelings. Oh, I mean, a lot of Banelings up this direction. They're going to get in before it's ready. And, well, there's a big army here, though. And is this going to work out as Nerchio was expecting? The Banelings connect, but not too well at the same time, though. Nerchio sees so much army over here. He's going to come in towards this planetary fortress. Some mines are going to get some pretty sick hits off. And the Banelings are going to be saved. He knows he's going to kill the 4th base. And Cass goes back down to 3 bases here, so now he has to kind of push and do some counter-aggression while re-establishing the 4th base. I feel maybe try and get some drops on the map. Nerchio has nothing in his main base to defend a drop. There's a bunch of drones ripe for the picking there. His 5th base as well is maybe open for Cass to deny. He is scanning right now, just cleaning out some of this creep pre-split, not going to fall into the same trap as he did previously. There's the rest of his army coming in as well. Nerchio's going to take the fight here. Cass does stim. He's going to start splitting as well. And he is to be splitting. And there we go. The split start coming in. But Nerchio just seems to have so many Banelings. The Mutalisks are going to latch onto these medevacs as well. And Cass just loses absolutely everything here in game number 1. And Nerchio takes the first game of this winners match.